It's more than 40 years since Margaret Thatcher insisted that the North's Republican prisoners be treated as criminals rather than as political prisoners. Her self-righteousness and willful ignorance had immediate consequences. The IRA secured a propaganda victory and welcomed a wave of recruits who saw no potential politics. A new round of violence and all the enduring bitterness and mistrust that provoked began. Big stick politics, as they nearly always do, failed. Inevitable peace talks were again put out of immediate reach. Many lives were lost before negotiation replaced confrontation. More than 4 decades later, we live with the toxic legacy of that overreach and profound lack of empathy. The lessons of that episode are as relevant as ever, especially as they have been resharpened by President Trump's decision to withdraw America from the Iran nuclear agreement. The Iran deal is defective at its core. If we do nothing, we know what will happen. In just a short time, the world's leading state sponsor of terror will be on the cusp of acquiring the world's most dangerous weapons. pic.twitter.com/58quilshe, Donald J. Trump, at Real Donald Trump. May 8, 2018. The decision sunders years of diplomacy and plunges the Middle East into even deeper uncertainty. Just as Thatcher's miscalculation was a catalyst for renewed terror, Trump's U-turn has been celebrated by Iran's hardliners. The Revolutionary Guards congratulated the nation on the decision. MPs burnt an American flag in the text of the 2015 landmark deal in the country's parliament on Wednesday. Just as Thatcher revived the provo-terrorists, Trump has rejuvenated the bigoted, homophobic, misogynist, deeply anti-Western Revolutionary Guards. Moderates and potential reformers can only look on in despair. Whether the insistence by the other deal signatories, France, China, Britain, Russia, and Germany, that it is not dead, is realistic remains to be seen, but the aspiration of encouraging Iran to eventually become a reliable member of the international community has been dealt a severe blow. European leaders are determined to try to salvage the deal, though this sets them on a collision course with Mr. Trump's America, an increasingly volatile and disconnected player in today's world. The suggestion that U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton has warned that European companies doing business in Iran must stop doing so within 6 months or face sanctions adds a sinister layer to the episode. Does America really think it can dictate the foreign policy of countries it does business with? This threat rings loudly in Ireland, as we have invested considerable time and effort in trying to establish a market for Irish farm produce in Iran. Does Mr. Bolton expect the EU to dance to his tune too? Despite all of that, Mr. Trump is right about his core objective. Iran cannot be allowed to develop nuclear capabilities. Iranian demonstrators burn representations of the U.S. flag during a protest in front of the former U.S. Embassy. AP. This non-negotiable is also the core objective of the deal he abandoned, one most neutral observers and his security advisors believe Iran has honored. That may or may not be the case, but it is difficult to see how Mr. Trump can dismiss Iran but embrace North Korea in a separate round of nuclear negotiations. At this remove, one rogue state looks pretty much like the other, and America seems at best inconsistent. All those years ago, Thatcher's grave error guaranteed the near-permanent dominance of extremism and, tragically, Mr. Trump seems to have fallen into the very same trap.